Ever try to, picture yourself launching a rocket? Not just to, explore space, but to build a whole factory up there.
Yeah, yeah, like way beyond just putting a satellite in orbit, right?
Exactly. That's Factorio's space-age expansion in a nutshell, and let me tell you, it is a wild ride.
Oh yeah, it totally changes the game.
We're going deep on space age today, pulling insights from a feature overview, so buckle up because things are about to get interplanetary.
I'm talking mega factories spanning across, get this, 4 FUR new planets.
Okay, 4 new planets. I mean, that's a lot to process.
It's a whole new frontier, literally.
Each one with its own unique resources and challenges,
Right
right?
off the bat, you got Volcanus. You can probably guess what that's like.
All right, let me put my planetary scientist hat on. Volcanus. Volcanus.
Eh,
Right. So we're talking lava, geothermal vents, the
You
works.
got it. Volcanus is basically bursting at the seams with geothermal energy.
Free power, baby. Who needs solar panels when you've got a whole planet's worth of lava, right?
Well, not so fast. Volcanus throws a wrench in the system.
Hmm.
Heat management. Imagine your factories cooking themselves from all that free energy.
So it's a double-edged sword, abundant energy, but a whole new challenge to manage.
Clever. What about the other planets? Anything as dramatic as a lava planet?
Oh, they each have their own quirks, that's for sure. There's Fgora. No, that place is chaotic.
Oh,
We're talking constant lightning storms. If you can wrangle that, you've got yourself another source of free, although somewhat unreliable, power.
high risk, high reward.
Ah.
Classic Factorio.
But with resources spread out across multiple planets, interplanetary trade is going to be key in space age.
Can you imagine setting up shop on a frozen planet,
Yeah.
like a whole cryogenic freezing operation,
Yep.
then shipping that ice over to Volcanus to keep your factories from melting down?
Resource management on a whole other level. That's brilliant. And speaking of resource management, let's talk about the stacking system. 4 layers of resources on a single belt.
I know. Isn't that incredible? Just completely changes the game.
My mind was blown when I read that. Talk about maximizing throughput.
It's not just throughput either. It changes how you think about your factory layout. It's not just about saving space anymore. It's optimizing the flow of materials on a whole new level.
It's like those massive, what are they called? Intermodal containers you see on cargo ships. Same footprint, way more capacity.
Exactly. And to make things even better, they've added elevated rails. Want to build over your existing structures? Go for it.
Over water, no problem.
Even other rails. The possibilities for multi-level factories are endless.
It's like SimCity, but for factories.
Totally.
But let's be real, the coolest part has got to be the rockets. I mean, come on, space travel.
Oh yeah, they're not just for looking pretty in the sky anymore. This time, they are your interplanetary delivery trucks, moving all those precious resources between your planetary factories.
And way cheaper to build, from what I hear. But the real game changer here, the thing that just screams future to me, is the space platform. Are you telling me I can have a factory in space?
That's right, a full-blown off-world manufacturing hub. Imagine creating super high-tech components in the vacuum of space, and then sending them back down to your planets.
So I could have like a dedicated space factory for solar panels, for instance, and then just rain solar panels down on my other planet.
Exactly. The level of strategic depth is mind-blowing.
Hmm?
And then there's the quality system.
Ah, yes, quality versus quantity. Or knowing Factorio, it's probably both. So, for those of us who haven't quite wrapped our heads around this yet, what does it even mean to have like a legendary iron plate?
It's all about pushing your production to be the best it can be, squeezing every drop of efficiency out of the system. Imagine crafting items with faster processing times, incredible durability, things like that. Some high-quality items might even unlock entirely new recipes.
So, it's not just about having something shiny to show off. It directly impacts my factory's performance.
Absolutely. That legendary iron plate might seem insignificant on its own, but multiply that by the millions of plates your factory produces.
Yeah, suddenly we're talking real efficiency gains.
Exactly.
And how about asteroid mining? Those giant space rocks can't just be set dressing, right?
Of course not. Asteroids are like the key to unlocking these super rare resources and pushing the limits of science. I'm talking about things like space science packs that unlock game-changing technologies.
Makes sense that you'd need a space platform for that cutting-edge research, right? But it sounds like space can get a little dangerous with all this expansion going on.
Well, space might be vast, but it's definitely not empty. Get ready to encounter some new threats out there, threats that'll require you to step up your defense game.
Okay, I'm picturing laser beams, force fields, the works. Am I close?
Think bigger.
Yeah.
How about Tesla coils firing across the void,
hmm
or rocket turrets that vaporize your enemies, leaving nothing behind but stardust?
No, that's what I'm talking about. But with all this focus on interplanetary empires and space combat, I'm wondering, does Space Age also offer anything for us players who love optimizing the things we already have? Or is it all just new toys?
It's definitely not just about adding shiny new features. There's a lot in there about improving the core mechanics.
Oh, okay. I like where this is going.
For example, there are entire research paths dedicated to boosting the productivity of specific items permanently.
So you're saying I could have, say, my plastic production cranked up to 200%? Because if so, sign me up.
Imagine the possibilities with your labs operating at peak efficiency, pumping out research faster than you can implement it. The late game is going to be wild.
So if we had to sum it all up, what's the big takeaway for the average Factorio player? What makes Space Age so special?
It takes everything we love about Factorio. The optimization, the automation, the sheer satisfaction of building a perfectly synchronized factory, and literally launches it into orbit.
A whole new universe of possibilities, challenges unlike anything we've seen before, and did I mention space?
The real question is, with all of that at your fingertips, what kind of intergalactic industrial empire will you create?
I don't know about you, but I'm ready to fire up the rocket engines and find out. Until next time.